Kia ora Rotorua, I'm Steve Comper. Welcome to the Thursday night edition of City News. Ahead in tonight's bulletin, Bikewise gets off to a great start. Music at the Rotunda returns for 2010. And the Sydney Roosters announced team coming to Rotorua. Those stories and more in detail tonight on City News. Rotorua police have named the driver and passenger killed in last week's crash just south of Paengaroa. The dead ute driver was Mervyn Murray and the passenger his wife Teresa Murray, both from Rotorua. Mr Murray died at the scene of the collision with a bus, while Mrs Murray died at Tauranga Hospital a short time later. Police say that at this stage it appears Mr Murray lost control of his ute and crossed into the path of the empty bus. The funeral for Mr and Mrs Murray was held today. Well, organisers of the annual Bikewise Month campaign are very happy with the numbers taking part. Jessica Mead from Sport Bay of Plenty explains more.
Well, it's just getting on your bike. It's just all about leaving your car behind and taking your bike to work or school or play wherever you go. Just take your bike. That's what we're trying to encourage, safe cycling on our roads and for recreation in the forest and utilising all the wonderful places we do have to cycle around Rotorua.
Although early days into the month-long campaign, businesses signing up for the Business House Challenge is showing that more and more people want to ride to and from work. The Business House Challenge sees registered workplaces trying to clock up the most kilometres amongst workmates to beat other businesses of similar size. Rotorua Government Gardens will be an ideal picnic spot over the next few Sunday afternoons from 1 p.m. as the Band Rotunda is brought to life with a little soul food. Rotorua District Council Community Arts Officer Kitty Jardin.
And it's local musicians and music groups performing every Sunday at the Band Rotunda in the Government Gardens. That happens from 1 o'clock through to about 2:30. So we've got some talented musicians, professional and hobbyist, who will perform for us that across those weekends, Sunday weekends, through February, through March.
Local performers, the Nostalgia Band, will kick off the series at 1 p.m. this Sunday. Rotorua District Council Community Arts Officer Kitty Jardin says music at the Rotunda is a great opportunity for locals and visitors to relax in a renowned setting while enjoying some live entertainment. In sports news tonight, Sydney Roosters have announced that their all Kiwi stars will be in their NRL team coming to Rotorua for the much anticipated match against Vodafone Warriors next Saturday. One Kiwi who won't take the field but will be promoting the game in Rotorua is Rotorua-born Kiwi Test player Jared Waria-Hargraves. Unfortunately, Jared, who made his Kiwis Test debut against Tonga here in his hometown last October, dislocated his shoulder in training recently. The Sydney Roosters take on the Vodafone Warriors at the Rotorua International Stadium at 5 p.m. next Saturday, preceded at 3 p.m. by a curtain raiser. Tickets are available from the Rotorua Convention Centre Ticketmaster outlet. And in other sport tonight, the Breakers will almost certainly be without centre Rick Rickett for tonight's must-win North Shore encounter with Wollongong. The loss of their premier big man from an ankle injury suffered in last Wednesday's victory over Townsville is a blow for the Breakers, whose playoff hopes will all but disappear should they fail to end this season's winless streak against the Hawks. Tony Robertson will start in Rickett's place. The Breakers have coughed up handy leads in all three previous encounters with the Hawks. The defeat's a big part of why they are now scraping for survival instead of sitting pretty in a playoff spot. And to your weather, fine tonight, light winds with a low 13 degrees. End of the week, we finished Friday with a fine day. Light winds, a warm one too, 23 the high, low 13. Through to Saturday, fine weather with light winds, a high 22 and a low down to 15. And if you're boating to end the week, maybe taking a day off, another long weekend for you. Variable winds 5 knots, tending northeasterly 10 for a time in the afternoon. Waves less than half a metre, and fine weather will continue for Lake Rotorua tomorrow, Friday. Well, if you'd like to see tonight's bulletin again, maybe you missed a story or two, you can watch it again simply by logging on to tvrotorua.co.nz. Once on the main page of the website there, click on the link on the right-hand side of the page, view latest city news. And also for the latest Rotorua events over the next couple of weeks, click on the link below that and all the information is there ready for you. Well, stay with us. Still to come tonight, Tony Bland talks macular degeneration. The Antiques Roadshow is coming to town, and Maya checks out this week's DVDs with Layla from Movie Time Nongataha. City News. Stay with us. We're back right after this break.